Will I sell my Mark 7 Golf R? Given all the recent problems that I've kind of had, and I suppose in the last sort of 12 months, I spent around £2,000 to £2,500 on it. Is it time to sell? And if I did sell, what would I go for? So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. So yeah, you join me in my Mark 7 Golf R. I've obviously documented quite a few issues that I've had with the car, including the thermostat housing getting changed. Last December as well, the clutch got done. Obviously servicing, I've had all the discs and the pads done. You know, you might be thinking, oh, is it worth selling, basically? And it's a fair question. Obviously something that it has gone through my mind, I'm not gonna lie. No one likes spending that kind of money. It's a lot of money to kind of spend, but I do kind of think of it as a little bit of an investment in the car, particularly something that I enjoy so much. 42,500 miles, 5.5 years of ownership. And if you actually look at the kind of the value of my particular car, between, I don't know, 19,000, 20,000 pounds, let's just say. So if I've spent, say, £2,000 on it, I've spent about 10% of the car's value on just keeping it up to speed. Now, first of all, the good side is a lot of the stuff that I've got is all warranted. The two big issues, the clutch was just under £1,000 and the thermostat was £800, are now sort of sorted with hopefully revised parts, and yeah, are going to be quite good. The discs and pads I didn't really need to do, but I like the Club Sport S discs and they are really good, actually, really good. I'm probably about 700 miles into it, maybe. Yeah, around about that, I think. And they're feeling fantastic. So to be honest with you, I feel like I've invested a bit more into the car. I obviously love it. You know, it's the thumbnail of the channel. You know, it's not going anywhere without a fight. And yeah, for sure, I still love it. Manual gearbox as well. Petrol engine, the 4-wheel drive, it just kind of does everything, and it's all super subtle and it's super good. I'll be honest with you, I can't see myself selling it. Obviously everyone kind of has their price. You know, if someone came to me and offered me a stupid amount of money for the car, I'd probably say yes. At the end of the day, you know, that's just where we're at. But to be sure, you know, it's really hard to then what car you would go for next if you were to sell it. And that's something I'm just going to come on to a little bit now. So if I was to sell the car, what would I go for? I'll probably do a bit of a video separately around the Mark 8 Golf R, but that's obviously something that could potentially go into. I think the fact that it's double the price isn't really the greatest thing to do. And as I record this in October 2022, the world isn't exactly in the best place, and yeah, cars are expensive. No getting away from it, and they're depreciating assets, and they're also liabilities as well. As you could see, this is a liability, this car, because it's had its issues and it's cost me some money. Just like a house isn't necessarily an asset, it's a liability. It becomes an asset if you start renting it out and you do like buy to let or Airbnb and stuff like that. But yeah, they cost a lot, and you know, it's very expensive. Mark 8 Golf R, you know, I just feel they're just going to plummet in price. You know, you heard it here first, yeah? Within the next 12 months, you will see a Mark 8 Golf R for the high 20s. 100% you will see a Mark 8 Golf R for that sort of money. And yes, if you comment back and it's like 31,000, then I'll say to you, well, that's what it's up for. What does it actually sell for? That's the thing that a lot of people don't think of as well. You see these cars up for a certain amount of money. How much they actually sell for, you know, is the different thing. So I think they're going to come down in price. Jury's out on a few things with the Mark 8s, isn't it? And there's potentially a facelift coming as well. And I'll put in a few spy shot images as well, which I'll probably do a separate video on too. Just around sort of like the potential of sort of like an 8.5 facelift. It might be like a performance pack variant of the 8 with the Mark 8, which I'll go into in a separate video because it deserves its own little piece. Other cars you can go for, I mean, like the A45S would probably be right up my street. You can get those for sort of just over 40,000 on the used market, and that's a proper piece of kit. I have not driven one, but I've driven a lot of Mercedes at Mercedes-Benz World, so that would be super cool. And yeah, obviously the hot hatch kind of side is great. Golf GTIs are always quite nice as well. I kind of like the idea of a manual Golf GTI Mark 8 to try at some point. I think that's up there. Yeah, you got the new Audi S3, you got RS. There's so many options. They're also so expensive. So crazily expensive. I can't believe the price. Like, genuinely, it blows my mind. I have absolutely no idea how you, watching this, if you do buy a car, how you afford it. Like, genuinely, I don't understand it. Like, particularly with, you look at like the interest rates on APRs, I don't know. I mean, I just yeah, it blows my mind. It blows my mind completely, and the potential depreciation and stuff is just crazy. So all those things considered, no, I can't see myself selling it, but you never know what will happen. I would like to get another second car alongside that, just for the channel. Like, I loved having the ST200, and I was quite fortunate actually to be able to get in that, have it for free 3 or 4 months, and get out of it for exactly what I paid for, which was great. I mean, something else alongside it, I kind of like the idea. I've changed my mind and think about a lot of things. I like the A45, that came out in 2013, was the first one that really changed the game on hot hatches. Really changed the game. Before, obviously, the Golf R came out in 2014. It was kind of competing with the M135i, but then that was a rear-wheel drive. And it was just a completely different level. Bucket seats. And I did test drive one when I was looking to get one. And it was so raw and so engaging. And the noise was great. And it was the most powerful 2-litre 4-cylinder ever, with the biggest turbo. And it was just so cool. In just like, you could have it in just like a grey colour or silver Mercedes kind of style. No one would know at all what you're in. You just think you're just in a normal car. That's what the Golf does so well. They're not too bad on the used market as well. So maybe as a second car. You'll have to subscribe though. Help me out on the channel. If you subscribe and like the videos, that's the best thing. I would like to own a sports car. Hey, I've got a Matt Armstrong t-shirt with his Cayman S. If you don't follow him, great guy. Yeah, just follow his channel. I'll put a subscribe above. It's so good. And I love Porsche and I love the Cayman S. And yeah, well, we'll see what can happen on that in the future. Let's see. But for sure, I'm massively enjoying this car, and I'm obviously keen to kind of share more bits on it as well. And for those of you that have one or thinking of getting one, I'll always recommend it. It's a super nice place to be, and it also does calm me down quite a lot as well. I think I love those blue touches as opposed to kind of like that aggressive nature. You kind of just want to chill sometimes, and this car can kind of let you do that. Not all cars can do that. Yeah, it's just passed its MOT actually, no problems. Guys at the independent place, which I would recommend actually, they're called Formula One Auto Centres. I think it's an independent chain. £35 for an MOT. Hey, it's 20 quid saved from anyone else. And they were so nice and so complimentary of the car, which was really nice of them. I enjoyed getting it done. It's just another little stack for the service history stuff, which is cool. Will I sell my Mark 7 Golf R? No, but I'd never rule anything out at the end of the day. Hey, that's just the way things are. I think the hardest thing I'd probably find is replacing it. Geez, I would see myself replacing it and then getting bored and wanting to change it after 3 months. And that's where a second car, I think, comes in quite nicely. Because what did I do with the ST200? Had it for a couple of months and sold it. Because that's kind of, yeah, I keep this car for a long time, but I'm just like everyone else. You get bored, don't you? You want to try new things and mix things up. I think that's where a second car works quite well. And this to be sort of like the stable, keep it going forever. As long as we can. Comment below, let me know if you have any questions or anything, and yeah, I'll be happy to help you out.